The Nintendo Switch 2 has just been announced, and I want to talk about it. I love Japan. I'm a huge fan of Japan. They're such humble and minimalistic and wholesome people. So, Nintendo, why are you so greedy, brother? $450 for the console is insane. Mario Kart costing $80? Donkey Kong, $70. Oh, by the way, Zelda wasn't even announced. I guarantee it's gonna be over $100. Okay, fine. Let's assume for a split second, which I don't. Let's assume that that's okay. Why the are you charging money for the welcome tour? That's a game that introduces you to the console. And you might think I'm done. Oh, but I'm just getting started. You remember Skype? Man, Skype was so good. What does this have to do with Nintendo? Well, they're charging you to use it. Not Skype specifically, but something that performs as bad. I don't know the name. I think it's just called chat, game chat. I think that's a thing now, where you can just interact with the people that you're talking with. You can share your game, and the quality is as good as Skype was back in the day. Just look at the quality of that gameplay. This is an official Nintendo presentation. You know when you buy it, it's gonna be much worse quality. They showed this and they were proud of it. This is the equivalent of marrying an OF girl, bringing her to her family, sitting her down at your lunch table, and then being proud that you're married to a woman that does OF for a living. That is the equivalent of what Nintendo is doing here. And on top of that, they're selling you a Nintendo webcam for $50. For some reason, I feel like that webcam is going to be with a specific port and specific software that only the Nintendo can recognize. Hopefully, I'm wrong in that at least. They're squeezing every drop of milk out of your udders, man. They really are. And I know what you're thinking. Stop being so mean. The prices will drop of the game. No, they won't. Super Mario Odyssey to this day is $60. This is not an exaggeration when I say everyone in the chat at the time was spamming drop the price. And to their credit, to people yelling at the prices were too high, Nintendo responded. You know what they said? Nintendo president defends Switch 2 pricing and suggests buying the original Switch instead. If the Switch 2 is out of your budget, Nintendo has a golden idea. Buy the original Switch instead. It's just that easy. Honestly, pure credit to Nintendo. A clap and a half for Nintendo, because that takes balls to stand in front of your community that was sitting and begging for the price to drop because it was just too expensive, for you to sit here and tell them buy the Switch 1 instead, knowing damn well you're not gonna drop the price of the Switch 1. That is insanity. That takes balls of granite to pull that off. And you know this is objective criticism because I'm not even a fan of Nintendo. I don't even care about consoles. But even for me, this is an outrageous price. And I'll talk about all of that in a minute. But first, I like to address something that really, really breaks my heart. It's the fact that Nintendo will get away with this. Everything that costs so much, this statement of buy the Nintendo 1, when all these games are Nintendo 2 exclusive, the thing that hurts me the most is the fact that they're gonna get away with it. It's Nintendo. It's big companies. They're gonna get away with it because it's the only one with these games, and they're gonna get away with it. They can charge you $180 and you can whine all you want. There's still gonna be people who choose to support it. There's still gonna be people who are going to buy it, and Nintendo's gonna keep on making money, and they don't care if the middle class or the lower class is troubled, sad, or against the pricing. Same thing with GTA 6. They're gonna get away with that $100 for the base price of the game. I don't know if that's changed or not, but I think at the time that's what it was. Every single one of them are gonna get away with it. Sure, you can obtain the games in a more illegal fashion, or maybe secondhand, but they're still gonna get away with it. That's why I believe in today's world, indie games are so much better. They charge you a fraction of the original cost. They give you as much, if not more fun, hours of gameplay and just general experience. And you get to support individual people rather than a giant greedy corporation that's gonna charge you money to use Skype. Lethal Company is a great example. Lethal Company sold more than Call of Duty, and it was made by one guy. One indie game sold more copies than Call of Duty. me. And if you disagree with anything that I've said, comment it down below. I'll be happy to listen. If you agree though, leave a like and comment. I'd love to reply.